sure if you can see very well. But that is actually a dual carriageway over there, with a garage and Starbucks, all the normal paraphernalia. Let me slightly move around a little. Scanning the woodland. This is the train tracks. They stop about 11, 12 at night. Oh, here's one. But a dual carriageway that goes on all night. I wonder if you can hear it. All these YouTubers and creators, they always say that the camera never does it justice. But that, the last crack of the sun is going down behind. It's gorgeous. Now your poles. It's going to be a little difficult showing you this one-handed. But you never, ever just let them snap into place. Always take your time to ensure that every joint is settled in all the way to the end. You want all your poles them to be clicked together exactly perfect. If you just let them snap together properly, improperly, we'll see if we can catch that. No, that's such a shame. Yeah, anyway, so if you let your poles just snap themselves together and you leave it at that, that's when the damage happens. A little bit of wind and your pole isn't secured properly, it snaps, it bends, it rips, it tears. Don't do it. Today we brought Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2. It's what I call my workhorse. I wouldn't really take it into the mountains. I bring it here where it's dirty and muddy and I wouldn't bring my good tents here. The ground is stony and there's debris underneath it. But over there it's waterlogged. So it's here or nowhere. Now I see lots of people emptying all their tent pegs out and then coming back and forth to get them. What the pockets are for? Why would you bother? Tent peg in, tent peg out, tent Over in. Want to make more work for yourself. Work smarter, not harder. Now, here I have a carabiner attached to my my rucksack, and immediately the first thing I do is attach a guy rope to it. Now you may be saying, it's not windy, why do that? It might not be windy, but a gust of wind can arrive like that, especially if you're on the top of the mountain. It's do it every time, then you don't forget, and then when the time you do need it, you've done it, because you do it every time. Now, the good thing about the nature hike is it's taken some of the best attributes of other tents, and one of the tent attributes I like is the fact that when you are setting it up, you build it from the ground upwards, so it doesn't become a big sail when the wind catches it. I've put 4 pegs in each corner. Now I'll put the poles in the little mounts in each corner and in the middle, and we'll build it up. I'll show you little by little. So as you can see, the 3 poles that will create a stable geodesic design. Now just have little pegs that are simply clicked into place. Now, simple. You go around, clicking them all into place. As you can see, I'm doing it one-handed. See how it's building up? Come on, give us some. Oh, I hope you can see that. See if you can. Look at that. It's got a kind of double oxymoron, because the beauty of that, and yet I can hear the dual carriageway droning on in the background. Yeah, a bit like me. So, back to the job at hand. Let's build this up. As you can see, it's pretty much up. Now, some people who have this tent complain that this top piece, the hat, or however you want to call it, it flaps a lot in the wind, creating noise and disturbance. Well, as you can see here, it comes down and it's hooked on. So what I do, 1, 2, 3. Pull it around, makes it more taut. One, 2, Again, a little difficult doing this one-handed, but come on, baby. Now, it'll be the same with your guy lines. Oh, you just have to try and catch that. Come on, get it in. Oh. And we have blackbirds. I hope you can hear the blackbirds and all the other songbirds and woodland birds singing away in this local woodland. Missel thrush, song thrush. That, as well as being beautiful, means I don't have much time before it gets dark. So back to the job at hand. So to mitigate a lot of the stress placed on these skylight points, what's good to do is to wrap the guy lines around the poles as well, putting some of the tension onto the pole. And let's finish this off when we've got the time. So here's a tip with these fold out chairs. Wonderful little things, so light. I actually got one that was terribly light. I don't feel comfortable with it at all because it doesn't feel so rugged. Maybe I should have got something a little bit heavier, but hey ho. Now, I took it out of its bag that it comes in and I bring it in a plastic bag. Why, you may ask? Well, a plastic bag is lighter. Plus, if you can see, I got a plastic bag that fits the footprint of the chair. Now, forget about the soft soil wherever you put it, because the tension that the chair puts on the bag stops it from sinking. It never sinks in. There are chairs that have a mesh bottom that goes over the feet, and people actually show you how to make one. But you know, the bag carries it and the bag stops it sinking. So you see a lot of people sitting in their tent, chatting away with the door wide open. I don't mean the outer door like this, but the inner door. I don't do that. I don't want creepy crawly bugs and nasties and not so nasties getting in. Even when you're not in there, they will hide away in there, and when you close the door later and attempt to get some sleep. If there's even just one mozzie in there. Oh goodness, it's so annoying. Keep the door closed as much as possible. Anyway, it's time for a beer. I want to have a little chat. Cheers. Now, so a few people have mentioned, why don't I talk in my videos? Well, I've talked in this one, and as you'll notice, it's when my voice is recorded, I sound like a decongestant TV advert. Decking dark to turn to Dottingham, please. Such a nasal whining, and I thought I wouldn't put you through that. That's why I don't speak in my videos. Okay, now to brass tacks. I have a complaint. Where is it? Here we have the Decathlon head torch. A lot of people have praised it, but for me, it's been a piece of trash since I took it out of the wrapper. Why, you may ask? Well, it doesn't turn on and off when I want it to. There you go. One, press it again. No, press it again. Come on, baby. 3 times that took. And that in itself is a world record. It has never, ever, so far, as long as I've had it, started working on 3 switches. Come on, Decathlon. You do a lot of good kit. Maybe this is a one-off. But you must do better. So here we are, inside the tent. I've had to turn the radio down. Now, here's a bit of kit for you. The expedition tarp that I didn't get around to putting up, lazy so-and-so that I am. As you can see, I have one of those closed cell foam mats. It gives approximately 2 R rating points, if you like. And here we have an OEX inflatable mat. So that is 3, I believe. So between the 2, it's obviously 5-ish, which is more than enough. The point being, I haven't brought a silver foil mat solely because why is the point of bringing a silver foil mat to go on the ground when I have this? It's a backup as well, you know. We do like products to have more than one use. So it's thermal qualities, and if this bugger breaks or deflates and lets me down, then at least I have this to offer some sort of comfort. If I didn't have this and I just had a foil mat, then I mean I can feel stones and all sorts of uncomfortableness underneath there. So I'll be putting this up in any second. And no, I shan't be blowing it up. I'm already terribly... Now, to me, it's still winter. So, we have the trusty and the worth every penny I saved up and spent on this baby is the Rab Ascent 1100. I've had this out in torrential rain and Antarctic coldness, and it has never let me down. Never. So I have the Trekology pillow, which I use a little foam pillow to back it up. I have probably not necessary at this time of year, but I bring them anyway, just in case. Hand warmers. They make such a difference. I can put them in the sleeping bag before I get in, and they're a cheap pair, 20 odd quidish, if that. Now this piece of kit I haven't used since I got it, because I'm scared. I don't like making naked flames near my tent, but it's a little tea light by the famous UCO company. I haven't, as I say, I haven't used it yet, but I'm determined to use it tonight. Now, a lot of people buy expensive, or they have tent booties. I don't have tent booties, but I do have some down fleecy booties with a sole, so if I do need to nip out for a wee, I don't have to. They don't crunch down like some of your Sundicks or your Rabs, but they do slip down the side of the bag quite easy. So they're worth the weight. I've wore them in -12, and I cleaned the bottom off, and my feet were toasty, especially by the time I got into my sleeping bag, a good old Rab. Now, I always bring a bivvy bag, just in case we spring a leak somewhere. This isn't my favourite, but it's not let me down yet. My favourite is my ex-military one, but it's so heavy and so bulky and so trustworthy, but hey. So, those of you who have seen on the video, I'm going to get my Trangier out, and I'm going to make another curry. So I've started cooking, as you can see. Here's a little tip. These are lights. They're as light as a feather. They're as light as the batteries that it takes to... And So, in here, I've put the rice. It was pre-salted, and I've put a bit of turmeric in it, which will give it a nice colour. I'm heating the water initially in the kettle because it heats quicker than if it was with the rice. As you can see, I've got the candle on. Ooh, the candle. Everything's going well. I did just record this, but I recorded it with the radio on. And we all know how YouTube comes down hard on anything that isn't original. So I didn't want to strike against me. So, as soon as that's going on, we'll move along. Okay. So, the rice, look at that. That can come off. Sit that over there with a lid. I'm just going to put the kettle back on for a moment, just so we've got some hot water to create a curry. Let's get the food bag back out. Okay. Oh, if you've not seen one of these before, these are good. Coffee. Okay. So, people ask me what curry powder I use. I don't actually use a curry powder as such. It's a combination I made myself of a little bit of turmeric, it's got garam masala, coriander powder, a few other bits and bobs, pepper, etc. So that will go in there. Now, the meat. Oh, let's cook your meat first. Here's my meat. Not a euphemism for anything. The vegetables. Now this time, I've put my onion in a separate container because I'm going to put the onion in before I put the vegetables in. I'm going to almost fry the onion off with the meat. As soon as I've sealed the meat off, the onions will get thrown in, and so everything's going well. So we now have the meat, sealing it off. The onions are going to go in, the veg, and topped up with some warm water, and a stock cube. The rice, how's the rice doing? Oh yes. The rice is looking good. I'm quite looking forward to this. So, look at that. And if we have a look over here, the rice Oh. The rice is good. So, what we want to do, there we go. Thank you very much, Flame. We shan't be needing you now. And I haven't brought any naan breads or pompadons or anything, because that is going to fill me to the brim. A candlelit dinner. Alone, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So as you can see, meal's tidied away. Didn't spill it this time. I don't know if you can hear, but I'll be quiet for a second. There's the pitter-patter of rain. It's gone midnight, so I think it's a good time to end it tonight. I'll speak to you all in the morning. Well, good morning. Oh, can you hear the train? Okay, so here I am packing down. Everything's going back in the bag. My faithful Osprey Rook 6065. Now you'll notice I've just got like a plastic bag just for waterproofness. It's one of those, do I buy a 60-litre dry sack to put in there, which would probably be 3 times as heavy as the plastic bag. I've had this plastic bag for quite a while now, and it hasn't let me down. It's got no holes. I had breakfast. I had porridge with a cappuccino, and as you can see, the tent is still wet on the outside, so I'm going to pack everything away and leave the tent as empty as possible and open the doors, because it's stopped raining, and it's been stopped raining for a while, and I want to air it out, give it a good chance. Okay, so here's the tent, all empty. There's my bag. I'm taking advantage of his break in the rain. I didn't get to give the tent a thorough drying as much as I wanted to. But we have a sponge. So we're going to give it a good wipe down. I will try and keep it as dry as possible, and here's the woodland I'm on the edge of. And the waterlogged, well, I might as well call it a marsh now, it's that waterlogged. I don't know if you can see a little bit of blue sky there. That's what I'm hoping will be sweeping over and give me a chance to take down the tent. My little workhorse, nature hike, Cloud Peak 2, done the job, kept me dry and warm. In fact, I did notice I was a little too warm last night, which probably means it's time to bring a lighter sleep system, which is brilliant because it makes my pack lighter. But this being Britain, You can never tell. It may be frost and minus temperatures again next week. Anyway, I'm going to get this tent down. Okay, so left no trace at all, apart from a few muddy footprints. You wouldn't know I was here. Everything is as it was. Leave no trace, take nothing home but memories.